Sadly, I've seen a lot of things like this lately, and you would think people would eventually learn. I am in no way, shape, or form against people keeping crocodilians as pets as long as they have the proper means to care for them, and most people don't. And a lot of laws in a lot of places make it very hard for the animal to be treated properly. I believe that there are certain animals that we should have many laws on to make sure that they're kept properly, because a crocodilian is not something that you can just throw in a bathtub. And there are certain crocodiles and alligators that are kept as pets in literally in people's houses that have no room, and they shouldn't. And this is a prime example why. In New York, a 4-foot alligator was found in a park in Brooklyn. This was from, today, February 20th, 11:08 a.m. An alligator abandoned in New York City was found very lethargic near a lake in Brooklyn's Prospect Park on Sunday. The 4-foot alligator was possibly suffering from cold shock, local authorities said, since the species is used to tropical climates. Yeah, it's a freaking alligator. New York saw a high of about 48 and a low of about 38 degrees on Sunday. Alligators are cold-blooded and rely on warmth, blah, 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 blah. It's unclear how this alligator ended up in New York City Park. Park Enforcement Patrol and park rangers captured the animal after the park maintenance staff spotted it near the lake. The New York City Department of Parks and Rec said in a statement to CBS News, the lake is 55 acres and 7 feet deep. According to the state's Department of Environmental Conservation, there are many plants and fish species in the lake and fishing along the shoreline. So here's the thing. This picture I'm about to show you, this doesn't really seem that bad. Kind of, you can tell it's skinny. There's no fat on the tail. The eyes are all sunken in. I mean, it looks bad from this. I mean, just the hip bones. Look at that. But this, look at that picture. Look at how bad this actually is. Look at that. There's no fat whatsoever. You know how hard it is for an alligator to have no fat whatsoever? This is not an alligator that's been living in this lake long. It's not like it just couldn't find food and starved. This alligator was in somebody's house. They neglected it, got tired of trying to fend for it, and just said, here you go. And then it was freaking cold, and the gator couldn't do anything. I guarantee you they put this thing down. That's so sad. In addition to the potential danger to park goers this could have caused, releasing non-indigenous animals or unwanted pets can lead to an elimination of native species and unhealthy water quality. The department said, adding that releasing the animal is in the city is illegal. After being brought to Animal Care Center, it was transported to the Bronx Zoo, where it will be rehabilitated. Okay. Well, I'm glad they're not going to kill it. The department said it is best to leave abandoned animals where they can call 311 or locate urban park, blah, 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 blah. That's... Ooh, how to remove toenail fungus. Nice, maybe use that on your teeth. But it's very frustrating. One, a little alligator like that. I mean, if it's skinny and it was, even a month, or even if it was a bit healthier and it could move a bit and it was desperate, could have easily have tried to grab someone's dog, or worse, a kid. I mean, it's a small gator, so it's not like, it poses that much of a threat. But Yankees don't know what's up. No offense if you're a Yankee. But, I mean, it's unclear how it ended up in New York City Park. I can tell you exactly how it did. Yeah, somebody had it as a pet in their bathtub. It got too big, or they decided they couldn't feed it anymore because it was eating way more than they wanted to give it. Started getting skinny, unhealthy, and they were like, you know what, screw it. We'll just let it go at a park. It'll do fine. They can survive, and I believe the water temperature is at freezing. They will stay in the water when it gets too cold because the water is harder for them to. They can literally have their nose sticking out of a frozen lake. So, I mean, in the worst of the winter, yeah, but they can only do that for a short amount of time. So, like, in the Carolinas, when it gets that cold and it, freezes over, they can survive for a bit in that. So, like, the temperatures being in the 30s isn't going to kill them. It gets that way down here in Florida. They just sit on the bank and try to absorb any sun they can, or they sit in the water because the water isn't going to be that cold. So, I mean, this is literally neglect. This right here. This is from somebody who had it in their house and didn't feed it. And they thought it was... Look at this thing. What do they think this gator's going to do? The thing looks like it's dead. It looks like a dried up fish on a bank. Like, come on, bro. That gator's not going to do anything. What are you doing with this thing? What are you doing with this? But anyway, it's a very sad situation. And I hope they find whoever did this. Because when shit like this happens, it puts a bad name out there for animal keepers in general. This is not animal keeping. This is just sadistic. This is torture. Ridiculous. Alright. Well, that's all I got to say about that. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my Patreon, DNA Reptiles. Go check out all my other socials. TikTok, DNA Reptiles. Instagram, DNA Reptiles 95. All that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.